The Los Angeles Lakers opened their 2025-26 preseason with a sobering start, falling 103-81 to the Phoenix Suns on Friday night in Palm Springs. The score spoke for itself. The Lakers have work ahead, but as is often true in early October basketball, the real story lies beyond the numbers. Despite the loss, the night offered a few positives, led by Austin Reaves' impressive performance. From the opening tip, Reaves looked sharp and focused. He played with confidence and rhythm, showing once again that he's capable of being a reliable scoring threat. He finished with 20 points, including 18 in the first half, along with 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Whenever the Lakers needed a bucket early, Reaves answered the call, keeping them competitive even when the offense stalled. Rui Hachimura also contributed a steady effort with 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals. His strength and defensive energy provided balance, though it wasn't enough to shift the outcome. Not everyone found success, however. Deandre Ayton, expected to be a dominant presence in the paint, struggled offensively, scoring just 1 point. Still, he made an impact on defense by collecting 8 rebounds and blocking 2 shots. Games like this tend to spark questions, but that's what preseason is for. Building rhythm, testing chemistry, and adjusting to new systems. One encouraging takeaway came from the bench unit. RJ Davis capitalized on his minutes, scoring 14 points and showing flashes that might earn him a larger role as preseason continues. Bronny James, just beginning his NBA journey, added 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Jake LaRavia and Jackson Hayes each contributed 7 points and 5 rebounds, offering glimpses of depth that coach JJ Redick can evaluate going forward. The momentum shifted after halftime. The Lakers trailed by 13 at the break, still within reach, but the Suns took control in the third quarter. Devin Booker, Phoenix's star guard, completely dictated the game. He scored 24 points and distributed 7 assists with surgical precision. Dillon Brooks added to the damage, hitting every shot he attempted from beyond the arc. The duo's dominance proved too much for a Lakers team that never regained rhythm. Statistically, the numbers were brutal. Los Angeles shot just 31% from the field, a mark that rarely leads to victory, preseason, or otherwise. Their offense stalled in half-court sets, and even open looks refused to fall. Defensively, they struggled to contain Phoenix's spacing and crisp ball movement, allowing the game to slip further away as the minutes ticked down. Still, preseason isn't about wins and losses, it's about progress. For JJ Redick, coaching his first game as Lakers head coach, the focus remains on experimentation, testing rotations, evaluating chemistry, and identifying players ready for larger roles when the regular season begins. Performances from Reaves and Davis were meaningful steps forward despite the defeat. There were also early signs of what this team might become. Austin Reaves looked prepared to take on more offensive responsibility, which will be crucial next to veterans like 40-year-old LeBron James and newly acquired star Luka Dončić. Reaves' efficiency and ability to create his own shot could become the key to balancing the Lakers' attack when games start to count. Meanwhile, Bronny James continues carving out his place. His 8 points may seem modest, but his energy, defense, and rebounding stood out. For a rookie facing the immense pressure of both his name and the Lakers' spotlight, these small steps are essential. As for the Suns, their showing sent a message. Booker looked every bit the superstar, while Brooks' shooting stretched the floor perfectly. Their depth shined too, with Grayson Allen adding 13 points, Jimmy Butler scoring 12, and Royce O'Neal contributing across the board. Phoenix played like a team already in mid-season form, while the Lakers walked away reminded of their shortcomings: poor shooting, defensive lapses, and a lack of offensive rhythm. But that's exactly what preseason is for. revealing flaws, highlighting strengths, and guiding adjustments. In the end, the scoreboard read, Suns 103, Lakers 81. Yet beyond the numbers, the real takeaway was that Reaves looked ready to lead. The bench showed promise, and Redick got a first taste of where improvements are needed. The preseason has just begun, and while the opener exposed weaknesses, it also revealed the building blocks for the season ahead. JJ Redick's tough training camp. The Lakers are now deep into training camp, and new head coach JJ Redick has been making waves, not for flashy plays, but for how hard he's pushing his players. His goal is simple: get the roster into what he calls championship shape. Judging from practice reports, it's clear why some players may not be thrilled with him at the moment. From day one, Redick has emphasized building a team identity rooted in conditioning, pace, and accountability. He wants a Lakers team that runs after defensive stops, on inbounds plays, and in transition. His philosophy centers on energy and tempo, with conditioning as the foundation that will sustain their style through the long NBA season. This mindset has been tested through grueling drills. Luka Dončić, often criticized in the past for not always arriving in peak shape, has been a focal point, though Redick insists the demands apply to everyone. The entire roster is being pushed physically and mentally. Last week, Redick ended practice with one of the toughest workouts yet. Players had to sprint 6 full court lengths in 34 seconds, rest briefly, then run 10 lengths in under a minute, and finally another 6 in 34 seconds. It was an exhausting routine meant to test endurance and resolve. Afterward, Redick acknowledged the difficulty with a grin, admitting, "I don't know if they like me right now." But for him, these drills aren't about punishment. They're about measurement. He explained his evaluation criteria. "There are 3 ways I know we're in shape. If we sprint back on defense, play with pace offensively while still crashing the boards, and maintain physicality. If we're doing those at a high level, we're in shape." This approach has made Lakers training camp one of the most demanding in recent memory. Reports describe sessions ending with conditioning intervals, strict timing rules, and little tolerance for slacking. There's no jogging, no half effort. Either the team meets the standard or restarts. The message is unmistakable. Championship habits come from discipline, repetition, and shared sacrifice. Veteran guard Gabe Vincent acknowledged the grind but framed it positively. "I told JJ a week ago, if we all hate you, but hate you together, that's great," he said jokingly. "No one wants to run at the end of practice, but we know our goal. We embraced it, we ran, and we got better." That shared struggle might be exactly what Redick intends. By pushing players beyond comfort, he's testing not only stamina, but unity. Can the group buy into the idea that suffering together now pays off later? If so, the potential reward is huge. If Redick's system sticks, the Lakers could become one of the league's most dangerous transition teams. Built around Dončić's passing, Reaves' versatility, and LeBron's ageless dominance. Surrounded by shooters, their pace and space offense could overwhelm opponents with speed and precision. But Redick knows this vision won't come easily. Conditioning drills in October are one thing. Executing under playoff pressure is another. That's why he's enforcing these principles now, long before May and June arrive. Though players may groan and joke about hating their coach, Redick's intensity might be the exact edge the Lakers need. Championships aren't won by talent alone. They're claimed by teams that outwork and outlast their competition. Early signs suggest the Redick era in Los Angeles will be defined by effort, endurance, and accountability. If the team embraces the pain, bonds through adversity, and commits to the grind, they might not only reach championship shape, but championship contention. Trade rumors. Lakers eye Keon Ellis. Meanwhile, trade rumors are once again swirling around the Lakers, this time involving Sacramento Kings guard Keon Ellis, a player quietly earning a reputation as one of the NBA's most efficient and underrated 3&D wings. With the 2025-26 season approaching, reports suggest the Lakers are exploring a deal to acquire Ellis, a move that could strengthen their title hopes and better complement Luka Dončić. The buzz started soon after Dončić finalized his $165 million extension, confirming his long-term commitment to Los Angeles. General manager Rob Pelinka now faces the challenge of building the ideal supporting cast around him. Ellis, 25, is entering his prime and the final year of his contract, making him an appealing target. He fits perfectly beside Dončić and LeBron, a strong defender and elite shooter who doesn't need the ball to be effective. According to multiple sources, the Lakers' proposed package could center around rookie wing Dalton Knecht, whose contract is worth roughly $4 million, along with future draft picks. For Sacramento, the motivation would be flexibility, gaining young talent and assets while continuing to develop core players Keegan Murray and Jonathan Kuminga. From the Lakers' viewpoint, the benefits are clear. Ellis would immediately improve their perimeter defense, one of last season's biggest weaknesses, and provide consistent floor spacing. He hit an impressive 43.3% of his threes last season while averaging 8.3 points, 2.7 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 1.5 steals. His defensive versatility and energy make him a strong fit alongside the Lakers' stars. For the Kings, acquiring Knecht offers potential upside. At 24, he's a promising scorer who fits their timeline, while the added draft picks create more long-term options. It would also help clear cap space ahead of expected extensions for Murray and Kuminga. For Ellis himself, a trade to Los Angeles could be career-changing. A chance to play for a contender, gain exposure on one of basketball's biggest stages, and potentially earn a long-term deal. Each side faces trade-offs. The Lakers would lose a young asset and picks, while the Kings would sacrifice their best 3&D player. But overall, the balance leans toward Los Angeles. They'd acquire a young, affordable contributor who fills an immediate need. The Kings would gain flexibility and depth, and Ellis would join a team built to win now. If the deal materializes, it could end up a win for everyone. The Lakers maximizing their title window, the Kings reinforcing their rebuild, and Ellis stepping into the prime opportunity of his career. It's the essence of an ideal NBA trade. Los Angeles gets better today. Sacramento plans for tomorrow, and a rising player gets his moment to shine.